This is the MHR News Roundup, the latest of what's going on in Broncos country. With Mile High Reports, Lori Lattimore-Volkman.
Hey Broncos country, I'm Lori Lattimore-Volkman with Mile High Reports, The Roundup, our new YouTube show to cover all things Broncos news. And the most important news right now is that training camp is about to begin. Teams will be on the field on Wednesday and we will have 2 weeks of football, and thankfully, for the first time in 6 years, we will not be talking about who's going to be quarterback and who looks better and who threw more touchdown passes. We are only going to be talking about how awesome Russ Wilson is. One of the first major storylines to look at will be, how's this pass rush going to be? We lost Von Miller, boo, mid-season last year to a trade to the Rams. He got a Super Bowl ring, yay! But who's going to take his place? Bradley Chubb hopefully will be coming into form. Never got what we really expected with the Von Miller-Bradley Chubb duo. And now we're going to be hoping that Bradley Chubb and Randy Gregory, our free agent signing from the Dallas Cowboys, will be able to do what Von Miller and Bradley Chubb never could. Looking at potential help from our not first round, but our first draft pick of the 22 draft, which is Nick Bonito. Also, second-year players from Ohio State, Baron Browning and Jonathan Cooper. Browning had been an inside linebacker. They've moved him outside and expecting him to rush the passer. But if Chubb and Gregory can stay healthy, that is our number one duo. All right, second storyline. Who will be RB1? As the running backs take the field, we will definitely be looking to see how Javonte Williams follows up his remarkable freshman campaign with the sophomore season. Melvin Gordon is entering his 8th year. He's on a 1-year deal with the Broncos. He's definitely up there in years, but with his experience and his hunger, along with Javonte Williams' power, I think we have a really great duo, and if they split carries 50-50, 60-40, I don't really care. Just run the ball effectively, get in the end zone. It's all going to be good. Heading back to the defense, who will be our linebacker tandem inside? Kind of like the outside linebacker situation, it's pretty fluid this year. Last year, Josie Jewell and Alexander Johnson went down with injuries in the season, and we were forced to put in some guys to kind of see how they do. By all accounts, Josie Jewell is expected to be back healthy and in the starting lineup. And then who will be opposite him is a little bit up for grabs. Free agent Alex Singleton is in the mix, along with Jonas Griffith, who was remarkable last season coming in as a backup role. But then we'll be looking to see possibly how Barrington Wade, Justin Stranad, and a couple of our undrafted free agent rookies could possibly fill in for depth. Although we're not going to be watching to see who the quarterback is, we are definitely going to be interested to see who the quarterback is throwing to. And he has a plethora of targets. Of course, there's Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick, KJ Hamler is back. Russell Wilson likes to throw the ball, likes to throw it deep. He's going to have a lot of possibilities, and it's going to be exciting to see his chemistry with all these new receivers.
The more we meet, the more we're with each other, the more we're meeting and talking, what he likes, what we like. It just hones in the whole offense, and we run it to perfection.
Just how strong will that defensive line be? We lost Shelby Harris in the offseason in the trade with the Seahawks to get Russ Wilson in the package deal with Noah Fant and Drew Lock. In place of that, we brought in DJ Jones, a known run defender, and George Payton specifically brought him in to make the run defense stronger because it was a definite weak spot in our defense last year. With DJ Jones and Draymond Jones, it's going to be interesting to see how the three line up. Could depend a lot on how Mike Purcell performs in camp. He can only play nose tackle. If he struggles, DJ Jones or rookie from Iowa State, Yumi Uwazurike, he is a potential nose tackle as well. Probably not to begin with, but possibly down the line. If we need to shift DJ over or move Uwazurike into the nose spot, we could have a rookie and then the two Joneses as the defensive line. And then, of course, we have the offensive line, which is always an interesting question with this Broncos team. Left tackle Garrett Bowles seems to be about the only decisive position. Lloyd Cushenberry is likely to be the center, at least to start, but where the left guard, and right tackle slots go is a little bit up for grabs. Billy Turner expected to take the starting role at right tackle. He was in Denver for a couple years, has most recently been with the Packers, where he spent 2 years, and allowed only 3 sacks in 810 snaps, so a very effective right tackle there. Right behind him, though, will be Calvin Anderson, Tom Compton, and Ben Braden, who all saw reps during OTA, so camp will be a decisive moment for that position. Then, when it comes to the right guard, Dalton Reisner has held it ever since he was a rookie, but last year he struggled a little bit surprisingly, and so there's a question perhaps whether Quinn Meinertz might be able to take that spot from him, or possibly even Netane Moody. And then there's also Graham Glasgow, expected to be fighting for that left guard spot, but again, Quinn Meinertz, it's hard to ignore him. The Belly made some great strides last year when he was put in relief of injured players. He made some great blocks that had a lot of highlight reels on ESPN and Twitter. So look for him to try to make a big name for himself in camp and possibly find himself in a starting position by the time the first game rolls around. Last but not least, how is this special teams gonna be? Are we finally at the year when special teams is good? It doesn't even have to be great. It just needs to not lose the game for us. After 6 years of hovering around the bottom 5 spots in rankings, we have a new coach. We have super speedster in Montrell Washington, who's a rookie out of Samford University. That's in Birmingham, Alabama, small religious school. And he's hungry and excited to make the team. So I expect big things. He got a lot of compliments during OTAs, so we'll see how he follows that up. But with his speed and likely job as the kickoff and punt returner, hopefully that is finally something that gives us field position that we can work with. Along with a quarterback now, that offense should be rolling. And with some new blood on that coaching staff, hopefully that special teams coverage unit figures out what to do, rather than letting some guy go all the way to the end zone. Okay, that's it for our quick roundup before training camp starts next week. Look for us to be here every week on YouTube, highlighting what happened and what's about to happen. Go Broncos! All those strong running backs. Okay, that's stupid. All right.